Merhaba and welcome back to the Ottoman campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So the super battleship task force here at Jutland has encountered an American task force, but they don't have any battleships. I thought this task force was going to rendezvous with at least one other task force that had battleships in them, but I think what has happened is that this task force is just over the, or it would be over the crew limit for a task force, which I guess if the Americans have the same crew limit that I have, that's around 30,000 crew. And each of these heavy cruisers have almost 2,500. That's a lot of crew for a cruiser. And 1,000 for the light cruisers, of which there are many. And yeah, DDs, not that many. Okay. We're gonna fight them though. And we're just gonna have to fight the the American battleships at a later date. Hopefully, we're gonna save some ammunition for that. Yeah, that's a lot of targets. Let's see if I can get my stuff organized here. It would be so nice if this game had a like a pre-battle deployment phase. I got 5 torpedo boats this time. But only 3 destroyers. That's fine. And we are already in firing range. I would have actually preferred them to start a little bit further away, seeing as my entire fleet needs to get into position. There we go. Difficult to click on these sometimes. Alright, they don't have any third layers. That means my battleships can probably do some things to them at range. How about the light cruisers? Same here, same story. They are actually pretty light on armor. Why do they only have Citadel 3? Well, I know why, because it's available to them. It's not a tech that goes obsolete. Yeah, we're still targeting different ships. That's good. That's a big cluster of targets, though, so torpedoes could do some damage, even if they don't have any big battleships to aim the torpedoes at. At least they don't have any big battleships that can just blap my destroyers out of existence with a single hit. We're a bit short on ammunition. I've not fully resupplied these yet since the previous battle. I can switch to HE because I seem to have more of that than AP. Save the AP for when they get closer. And they are in torpedo range of my destroyers. They're in torpedo range of the torpedo boats. Right. Let's pick out some targets here. Torpedoes, aggro. That shell is gonna hit. It hit, didn't do too much. The lead torpedo boat just lost its torpedoes, but she did launch first. That one lost torpedoes too. How about my DDs? Are they getting away? Yes. Murad. Got some torps too that you can share. The torps are beginning to hit. Every single torpedo boat that has taken any hits has lost its torpedoes. It seems that's the one part of the boat that is actually getting hit. So out of my 5, only 2 have remaining torpedoes for now. We've scored 13 torpedo hits. We're not done yet. No, we're not done yet. I lost 2 torpedo boats. Surrendered. 17, 18. We're gonna make it to 30. Maybe 27. We might get 30. Maybe not. And 28, not too bad. Didn't sink anything though. Alright, back to the big guns. Secondary guns can target Trevor. My heavy cruisers can start working on whatever is approaching. Sank one heavy cruiser. Pensacola. What kind of torps do you have, Trevor? 13 kilometers. Not quite in range yet. Someone is targeting you with main guns. Suleiman. Not supposed to do that. Two torpedo boats with intact torpedoes. Almost reloaded already. Because the triple tubes are a bit quicker to reload than the quintuples on the DDs. Some nice cluster targets here. I got some ships targeting the vicinity. Yeah. Those 20-inch shells aimed at Wilmington. Just nuking Perry out of existence. Torpedo boats are armed. See if we can make one more run. Bring that torpedo total up to 30. Wilmington is gone. So far, so good. Destroyers are coming back. They should have their torpedoes rearmed. I want to have them just launch at the enemy from the front. Latest version of my TB-94s are 50 million. That's pretty cheap, really, for what they are. How effective they are at launching torpedoes. But when you consider the original TB-94 design from 1894, hence the name, was at around 1 million. They've had quite the glow up. Of course, 1 million for a torpedo boat in 1894 is pretty big money. 50 million for a pretty effective torpedo delivery system in 1950 is a small change, basically. Gotta love inflation. Cruisers, where are you targeting now? Some of you are targeting ships that are just way out of range. It's kind of pointless. Let's have you deal with this destroyer squadron, which is actually retreating. Destroyers are rearmed and ready. Are they in range? Almost. Buffalo is in very bad shape. Atlanta also not looking too good, but has no flooding for some reason. Or is that a different ship type? That's actually a pretty good looking cruiser. I like the layout. That's it's a good AI design, really. It's just a shame that it doesn't have the better citadel, but that's pretty good. Good job, AI. Designing this. It's like a small battleship. So good it can be on the thumbnail, maybe. Alright, torpedo boats. Let's do some torpedo beats. Or rather, make the enemy do the torpedo beats. So... yeah, one targeting rally, which is an obvious target. It's kind of dead in the water, not moving around too much. And the other one, I don't know, just target a destroyer. It's gonna have one of you detach. My DD-10s are not really in range. But the enemy has taken to following my torpedo boats. That's unfortunate. Really. Why I gotta be so hyper focused on my torpedo boats? They're no threat anymore. I guess we can set the guns to save. There we go, torpedoes are hitting. 33 now. Guns to save and force HE. Because we're running out of AP. And that AP might be needed next month. If I do get a battle with those battleships that are somewhere else. Now, is Raleigh gonna be in range? Yeah, she's in range. (10-01). Took some mean hits. But the torps got launched, and the enemy has stopped focusing on my torpedo boats. Which is good. I can start coming into range of my guns again. Might lose one destroyer for this, though. Maybe. There's a lot of 6-inch guns on these cruisers. What kind of hull is that? Oh, that's the default hull. The one that almost every nation has. At least in some version. Let's do something about these light cruisers bothering my DDs. See how you feel getting shot at by a ship that's bigger than you. Surrendered. Okay, you can auto-select for a few more rounds. There we go, 20,000 damage. One down. I'm gonna get a couple more of these. goes Tallahassee as well. Okay, now it's really back to HE only. Which it seems like they were firing anyway. I don't want all four of you focusing one destroyer. That is not cool. Your shells are worth more than the enemy destroyers. In fact, what I might do once the enemy cruisers are all dead, I might turn off my big guns. Oh, you four, you really gotta conserve ammunition, because you're also all targeting the same ship, it seems. You only have AP left. You fired off all your HE. And you do have increased ammunition. But with Mark 5 guns, and what kind of reloading do you have? Semi-auto only. You're due for a refit. That's still fast enough rate of fire to burn through everything. Are you still rocking increased AP? Standard ratio. Some of you have switched main gun targets to the destroyers. Do not do that. Secondaries can target destroyers. Hamza Bay. You're gonna finish off Atlanta, which is trying to escape. Atlanta is just a couple decent hits away from being gone. Yeah, Murad, you can come back. Kind of forgot about you. Also, by the way, we reached 45 torpedo hits. Harold J. Ellison is gonna sink. Atlanta went down. Hamza Bey, you are not to target your main guns at a destroyer. Even if it would be funny to just delete it like that. Should I bring my destroyers back to Oh, you have 10 torpedoes left. Alright. Guess you didn't launch. Or you only launched some of them. Oh yeah, I get it. Lost one of the launchers, so you can launch all 15 that it had. It just now reloaded the remaining functional launcher. I'm bringing my destroyers back because once the enemy cruisers have been sunk, they might get to engage the enemy destroyers in gun battles. To retarget things again. They have 4 light cruisers left. I have 4 battleships. Targeting should be pretty logical. Murad is also coming back, but she's very far away because, yeah, I just kind of forgot about it. Doyle. I guess I am just firing off all my ammo here. So maybe this task force gets to retreat to the Mediterranean, spend a couple months closer to home, get resupplied before going out again. None of them need repair really, so I don't think I need to send them to port. Just need to stay near a port. At least I have not noticed any difference in like resupply speed. Being in the port and just near one in supply range. Branch goes down, 1 light cruiser left. Trevor. Secondaries, target Israel. Now the DDs are really coming for me. Trevor has sunk. Oldendorf. Israel is still in secondary range. No, not really. Almost. Maybe to some. I'm gonna bring them in closer. 10-inch guns are all dry. 3.9s. 13.6 kilometer range. That's pretty good. Even if they're small 3-inch guns, they still outrange the enemy torpedoes. Yeah, the big guns are silent. It ran dry. But with only these small, like Corvette type destroyers left, secondaries should get the job done. You can see the complete wall of fire just emerging from my battleships. And now the cruisers as well. Some pretty effective secondary armaments. Not so much the 3-inch guns. They're, no, wait. Well, those are 7-inch guns from the battleships. Raking Hansen. Hamza Bay actually taking hits. Taking a whole 5 damage. No, 1 damage, 5 hits. Excuse me. There we go. That's all of them. Destroyers almost made it back. It would have been fun if they'd engaged in some gunfights. Lost 1 destroyer, 2 torpedo boats, but considering all that we sank, I'd say that was worth it. Yeah, they sure did some damage with those torpedoes before going down. Who did the most here? Sahi, 704,000. Followed by Sultan Osman, 550,000. Hamza Bey, 400,000. Oh, and yeah, Suleiman, 480,000. Not bad. How about the destroyers and the torpedo boats? 4015, 133,000. 205,000 for 40-4. Nice. I like big numbers. Now, I haven't played World of Warships in years, but I think those would be some very solid damage numbers for a high-tier World of Warships fight. Here's another engagement with another group of cruisers and destroyers. No battleships this time either. I got battle cruisers. heavy cruisers and destroyers and 1 torpedo boat. How much ammo do I have? Have these been in... Yeah, they have been in combat. Pretty sure. Yeah, I think they were in battle last month. This is gonna be a long one though, so hang on. Yeah, no, we're at 40 minutes recorded, so I think this will get its own episode. And it's kind of how it goes when you get these huge battles like this. So it's kind of grayed out here, but it looks like one more meeting, which is this one, and then some convoy battles. So next time we're gonna do this, and then the convoys. Goodbye, and take care.